Hello, beautiful people. This is Chris Maddox. I am the founder of the Wild Woman Project and Wild Woman Fest. And I'm speaking to you today because I always speak to you like this at new moon time. And the new moon is almost here. It arrives next Tuesday, May 15th, new moon in Taurus. So I'm very excited to tell you about this theme. So if you're new to the project, you'll see right away that each and every moon cycle, we hold together a theme. And the theme is always based on the astrological placement of the new moon which initiated the cycle. So the new moon on May 15th is a new moon in the astrological sign of Taurus. So Taurus becomes a guide, becomes our inspiration. And Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. And Venus is the goddess of the zodiac. So when we're talking about Taurus, we're talking about the earth element itself. It's the second sign in the zodiac. It's an earth sign. It has a feminine charge to it, and it's ruled by Venus. So it has really sort of this earth mother goddess energy. So it's important to say that each and every sign of the zodiac, rules something, some area in our body. And Taurus rules the throat, it rules the voice. So our theme for this cycle at the Wild Woman Project that we'll be holding together is Voices of Venus, where we're really going to be focusing on this area of our body, our voice, our throat. And we're going to be really focusing on the voices, the experiences expressing themselves through women. So I'm so excited, to talk about this theme because we're living in this time where it's pretty exciting, actually, to be a human and to be a woman, because we're seeing an emergence of women's voices being elevated in the collective. Suddenly, we're seeing more art. We're seeing more women in positions of power and leadership. So we're having the opportunity to have a more fleshed out experience of the world. We're not just seeing the world through the narrative of a single gender, which has been really the narrative of the past many thousands of years. The voices of women have in so many ways been muted. So this month we're really excited. This moon cycle from May 15th all the way through June 12th, we will be celebrating, experiencing, listening to the voices of Venus, the voices of women. So we've been looking for about the past year, each theme, we've been looking at our own bodies. So here we're talking about the throat. And we've been asking, where in the body of the earth are we seeing a similar expression? So for this round, we are actually going to be looking to the wonderful world of flowers. Flowers being this beautiful feminine expression, living and growing and breathing in the natural world. So we're really going to look to those as guides. So I feel really excited because I am bringing on a special guest today. Some of you know her from being on the Love Crew at Wild Woman Fest. She is a circle leader for the Wild Woman Project, but her main gig is she is a very, very gifted astrologer, herbalist. She is a metalsmith making really powerful ritual objects, and she is also my very best friend of 14 years. So we've grown up together. I'm really excited to introduce you to the one and only Cole Lopez. Welcome, Cole.
Hi.
So Cole Lopez wants to share a moment before she gets to sharing about the flowers, and she's an amazing teacher, so I'm looking forward to that. But she wanted to share a moment, a remembrance.
A remembrance, yes. So Chris and I were randomly, cosmically, synchronistically, whatever things were aligning to bring us together, paired in college as dorm mates. And I remember the moment that I first met.
What are you gonna say?
Oh, goddess.
Oh,
Right.
goddess.
Yeah,
That's right.
Uh-huh. I walked in the room. Chris is like beaming, like this sun energy, just like radiating out of her chest, like filling up the room. And I was like, this woman is really on. I like her. She's my roommate. I'm into this. And she was always so filled with passion and joy and enthusiasm. And like from day one, we were just like, whoa.
And now we're going to go into a little bit of like a practice and talk about the flowers.
Yeah. So going along with the theme the voices of Venus and how that's being echoed on Earth with this Taurus element coming in, the Earth element, and what's growing from the Earth, these beautiful flowers. I'd love to talk about what it really means, like when we think of voice, like thinking of voice, but like listening and hearing how like this whole thing is happening in the mind. Like communication is, it's almost like a woven basket of all these different experiences. It's like taking in a person through your eyes, through their smell, through what you're hearing, what their energy frequency, like how you're empathizing with them or taking them into your radiant auric field. So to relate this back to flowers and them being sentient beings. So if we're listening, if we're hearing the voice of a flower, I want us to sort of like shift and like break up what it means to hear and to sort of expand it out. And I would love as a practice, you know, coming up with this Taurus influence, to think of like, how can I really like hear this flower? You can pick any flower. I think it's best if it's still connected to the earth, like instead of picking it, just like really hearing it in all forms while it's rooted still into the ground. So its vital force is really flowing and it's vital and alive. And experiencing the vitality and embodiment of this sentient being through all of your senses. So how does it smell? And what is that experience? Like, what are you downloading through through your olfactory senses being lit up, you taking the plant into your body through your nose, through that sense of smell, and it's starting to merge with your consciousness. What are you being told in that? What in your body is starting to shift? What are you feeling? When you look at the flower, like color therapy is a very specific thing. Colors have different experiences. They imprint on the brain in different ways. So let the color really permeate into your eyes, into your brain, and let it reveal something, a new layer of information, a new speaking to you. Sensing its energy, maybe having your hand over the flower, seeing what parts of your hands are lit up, where it's like traveling to in your body. Is your heart getting activated? Maybe a message is coming through. Maybe you hear something literally. Maybe you hear something in your mind or in your sixth sense. There's really no parameters. I'm inviting you to sort of be a vessel to the experience of receptivity, of this inner listening and merging and having a co-creative process with the plant. There's also something in herbalism called the doctrine of signature. And this is through the visual connection to the plant, where it's your subconscious and conscious mind are taking in the visual aspects, like the way that the leaves are shaped, the way that it's growing, all of these different signatures, and it's imprinting on the brain by visual cues and revealing itself to how it's going to lend its energy to you. So maybe it's going to be like sort of like one that comes to mind is bleeding heart. It's a flower that actually looks like a heart, and there's like these driplets of like blood. Almost, it looks very similar to the heart and a bleeding heart, and that's what it's called. And it really helps sort of surrender and let grief wash through you. So these are always, the plants are always revealing themselves to us, and it's a really beautiful exercise in receptivity and really hearing with your full self. So I hope that you will try that. And I look forward to you posting your comments and seeing how this was for you.
Thank you so much, Cole, for that practice. And I hope everyone has the opportunity to tune in with the flower world, either on or near the new moon. And I want to say, you know, Cole being here in this video came because, right, created this theme, and then through some strange magic, I totally lost my voice, right? The body is always speaking, it's always communicating. We've talked about it through the whole In the Flesh series, how it's a guide. And to me, that was a lot of what Cole was saying about the flowers, which was, it was a message to listen, and to listen well. And I want to invite you in the cycle ahead to listen well, and to listen not only to the amazing flowers in the natural world, which by the way is speaking in the form of a rain shower right now, but also to the voices of women that you love, that you trust, that you admire, whether you know them personally or not. And I want to give you a challenge for this new moon cycle. So sometime between May 15th and June 12th, will you do something to radically champion or elevate the voice of a woman that you love and respect? So if you accept my challenge, please write in the comments below what you're planning. Give us a little insight, and we can't wait to learn about who you are, elevating, who you trust, who you listen to, because I think our whole focus on honoring the divine feminine has a lot to do with understanding that wisdom is not out there, it's not up there in the form of a teacher, but it's in the village, it's in our neighbor, it's in the woman or the man at the post office, it's in a child, it's in a grandmother. And I think that's something that we're learning in our time, is that wisdom is not living outside of us, and it's not untouchable or unreachable, but it's right here. It's right here. So that's what the new moon in Taurus has to teach us. Taurus loves to be alive, loves to be enjoying the experience of living on this earth. And so one of the amazing ways that we can really do that and embody that is enjoy and elevate the voices around us. I love you so much. If you like this theme, Voices of Venus, there are a few ways that you can go deeper. So you can go to one of our Wild Woman Project circles, which are happening in 17 countries all around the globe. And if you can't make it to yours, but you really want to go deeper into this theme, I'm doing something a little bit different this moon cycle. I'm offering a free meditation. There's a link below this video, so I guide it. And it's good to do on the new moon. Bring a journal, make sure you're super comfortable, but it's free to anyone. So spread it far and wide, enjoy it. Let it be a jumping off point for your new moon time. And I want to mention also that we have, starting the day before the new moon on May 14th, Wild Woman Project Circle Leader Training. As of this recording, there are 3 spots left. Is one of them yours? I don't know. You let me know. It's going to be an amazing 7 weeks. I am wishing you an incredible cycle ahead, and I want to do a big shout out to Cole Lopez. Cole, where can they find you?
houseofmagicny.com, and magic has a C and a K. Also Instagram is at House of Magic, just at House of Magic. You're welcome to email me through the website, any questions, or if you want to sort of like explore more with the plants, or anything that sort of touched you or came through this video and your experience, I'd love to hear.
All right, everyone. We love you so much. Have an amazing moon cycle.
And may the flowers be with you.